It's the season to be jolly, and while everyone is focused on consumerism, family, and the jolly fat guy in the red suit, I wanted to bring your focus back to what the holiday is really about, which is mortal sin, suffering, and the skinny guy with the long hair and beard. I'm talking, of course, about Kittystyle.
I hear the words of God. I hear God speaking to me. He's speaking to you through me. You're listening right now. That's why I'm God. I am not God in the flesh. I just speak for Him. I'm here because you never listened. You never listened in your life. Never listened to God. So I'm here to speak for God. What God tells you is that you need to be doing things right. You need to fill your heart with love.
To those who are not aware of Kittystyle, it is difficult to explain exactly what it is that he does or how people became aware of him. In short, Kittystyle is a streamer who focuses on quantity rather than quality, often making up to 18 hours of content a day consisting of little more than smoking pot and singing along to copyrighted music. However, producing so much content and having to speak as much as he has revealed aspects of his personality and life that are not only embarrassing, but at times actually disturbing. There are no depths of depravity that Kittystyle won't sink to, while paradoxically claiming his own virtue and heroism. He's perpetually digging a hole that he has no hope of ever climbing out of. So strap in, get comfortable. This one is going to be pretty sad, as the man sought approval, or at the very least pity, and God said no to Thomas. Perhaps it would be best to begin telling the story where most stories begin, at the beginning. To understand the person that Kittystyle would go on to become, let's take a look at what kind of child he was growing up.
I was growing up in a small town in Denmark, and my parents were divorced ever since I can remember. They were, like, I don't know, they weren't together. I've never seen them make out, for instance, or I've never seen them hug each other. Like, I've never seen my mom and my dad together like that. Like, they talk together, but I've never seen them show compassion to each other. So that's the first thing I remember, is just being basically going 1 week at one parent and 1 week at another parent, and just that's what I was used to. Just, well, I was bullied a lot. Well, they bullied me with my parents being divorced. They called me a bastard child. And so, growing up in a very rich family, it was, all the other kids were poor, so it's sort of weird because, you wouldn't really picture the rich kid being bullied, but that's the way it was. I had to learn how to be funny and use sarcasm at an early age in order to protect myself. The teachers, like both the students and the teachers would bully me. So the teachers would say, "Oh, you're a fucking clown," like you're blah blah, and then that would enable all the kids to do the same. So, I don't know. I didn't really have much friends until, I don't know, 5th grade or so.
However, his parents' divorce was not the only bit of family dysfunction in the early years of Kittystyle. After a particularly bad breakup, an ex-girlfriend of his revealed that he had molested his sister. And when confronted with this information, he had the following to say: "But I didn't do anything but touch her. I was merely a teenager myself. I didn't do anything against anyone's will. I taught her how to masturbate. I was ashamed of myself for 15 years and told her I felt bad about it. Many years ago, she said she forgave me, but she was angry. How can it be said in any way? Doesn't have to be lied about. It should never be talked about publicly. It's bad for her. They're just fucking retarded for digging. But there. You're known to copy messages, so I wouldn't be surprised if you just copied it, but I hope not. I just don't see how telling the truth will make anything better. They will know me for something that they shouldn't. I punished myself for doing bad. I hated myself for 15 years." While Kitty appeared to heavily imply that they were both children at the time and that this was in no way a violent act, when looking into the age difference between the two siblings, Stream.me users Dispatch and Kiwi Farms owner Null separately concluded that the sister would have been 6 to 7 years old while Kitty would have been 15. And they also gathered that there is reason to believe that this abuse went on for a period of years. A young Kittystyle would find refuge from the problems at home, at work, at a local convenience store, and at an after-school youth club where he would smoke cigarettes, drink beer, and play billiards with his friends. Also around this time, Kittystyle experimented with homosexuality, proving to himself definitively that he's not gay by having sex with another boy.
I was experimenting with some things when I was 16. I'll admit to that. I was experimenting with some things when I was 16, but it didn't really. I had to figure out everything through. I had to figure out everything through experience. Is it like this? Is it like that? I didn't know who I was. But by doing so, I also found out, what I didn't really, it just wasn't really, it just didn't feel right,
So he raped you?
Well, I don't know what happened, but I can tell you this story if you want. I can tell you the story. So it was like this. We were smoking some.
Was your anus sore in the morning after?
We were smoking something. I don't know what it was. It was like weird. And then I was like getting like really high. I was like, holy shit, what the fuck is this, And so I'm like, I'm getting up, and then I get to the kitchen. I pass out, and I wake up on my stomach in the kitchen, and I don't understand how I got there.
Man, you gay. Did you find sticky white liquid in your anal cavity? LOL.
Let's just say that I went out with his mother, and I told her.
Wow. Did you tell anyone?
I told her.
Or have you been holding
I told her, but she couldn't believe her. She couldn't believe it.
You fucked the dude's mother. Kitty is the
There's something wrong with this dude,
all the children the gift of
man, and that I help him by teaching his mom what he was really about, what was going on.
Your ad wasn't a Satan.
I want to point out a pattern you may have noticed that occurs when Kittystyle tells a story. If he can make himself the hero of the story, he will. If he cannot make himself the hero, he makes himself the victim using his trademark Danish Eeyore sad sack voice. Keep an eye out for this as the story goes along. The next 10 or so years appear to be pretty uneventful, but at some point Kitty had a wife or a child, or sometimes it was a girlfriend and the child wasn't his, or some combination of these facts.
Yeah, we're planning to have a child. She said it was impossible to have a child, and so I took the challenge.
How certain are you that this was your child?
100%.
100% certain. Okay. And you have never seen this child?
No.
Oh, that is heartbreaking. I'm sorry.
Sometimes I'm not sure if she's real or not.
Yeah, because
Like,
there was a rumor of abortion or something,
yeah, it
right?
all feels so surreal. Like everything's surreal. Like I don't even know.
Whichever is true doesn't really matter, as soon disaster would strike and they would leave him, or sometimes it has nothing to do with the disaster and they leave him before. Look, this isn't the easiest story to tell. The man isn't exactly consistent. Point is, disaster would strike. Danish MP receives death threats after praising police anti-drug raids. A 29-year-old man from Haderslev is facing possible jail time for making threats against Conservative MP Mai Mercado. The threats were made on Facebook last Friday after Mercado expressed her satisfaction with the police action against cannabis sales in Christiana. Burn in hell, the man posted. You deserve an acid bath while your children are watching. The man is also alleged to have posted, Die whore, I hope you and your disgusting child die of AIDS, you fucking herpes-infested whore. As you probably guessed, the man in question is none other than our very own Kittystyle. And for this little internet outburst, he would go to jail. Real jail. He claims in the real jail he was tortured, put in solitary confinement for the duration of his stay, and that this was the event that left him traumatized, forming the personality that most of the people who are familiar with him are familiar with.
But I was. It was very real. I was in a isolation. I was in a solitary confinement for 6 months, dude. I was in a solo cell for 6 months, just being locked up in a tiny little room for one fucking Facebook, for one fucking question. Do you want to?
What you posted, you made a mistake. It's not even a real thing.
Yeah.
But you see what I mean when I
Tis
say
the way of the world.
So why should I put up with it if other people don't put up with it?
Some of the comics.
I used to not care about that. I used to just laugh at it, but I'm not unable to because it's literally, it hurts me inside, like inside, all the way into the core. You fucking understand that? You fucking understand? I don't even want to say that, but do you understand what kind of feelings I have towards these people? Do you fucking understand what I want to do with these people? Huh?
Muted for 10 minutes. It's damn hard.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Directed to a politician. That's
Don't fuck with me.
DDD. Danish rage.
I think that it's ridiculous.
Out of prison, unemployed, living out of a camper van, Kittystyle found an unusual way to make money. Streaming on Stream.me. Stream.me, for those who don't remember, was a website where people could stream. They also had an unusual reward system where the top 3 contributors ranked on how many viewers they had, for how long, how much those users interacted and whatnot, would actually be financially compensated by the website. You could get paid for streaming, ad-free, just for having an audience and doing a show. Now, this is where Kitty saw an opportunity. You see, he couldn't do the best show, but he could do the longest show, thus gaming the point system and achieving a modest level of success and a bit of income. His memories of the early days of Stream Me are as follows.
You know, we had a nice little community. It wasn't like big or anything, but there was a lot of, you know, like regulars that just came around to just enjoy the, you know, whatever. Like it's sort of like I suppose like a family in a way, because it was like when you're in a good place and you have a good chat and everybody's just, you know, making jokes and having fun and just, you know, like it was home. You know, like when you're home and you have your family and friends there and everybody's just, it was sort of like that.
However, this community would be rocked when a popular streamer and fat-gunted trash-burger-eating drunk Ethan Ralph would be kicked off of YouTube for being featured in a Wall Street Journal article by Yori Ko. Yori Ko, being the highly skilled journalist that she is, noticed that some people were making racist super chats on a charity stream hosted by Ethan, and decided this was newsworthy, putting pressure on YouTube to get rid of the kill stream, and so the kill stream would find a new home over at Stream.me, bringing in thousands of new users. At first, by all accounts, Kittystyle was grateful for the new shows and happy with the new viewers expanding his community. However, soon enough...
It's my job! It's my job! It's my life! It's my home here! I've been here for 4 years! All these faggots walking in, thinking they own the fucking place, thinking they can come into my house, fucking insult
You
me.
used the K word.
Fuck off.
Those days. Why you
You're abusing the fact that I have a fucking mental disorder, you fucking cunt. Everything you do is so fucking wrong. How can you not see that? How can you not see what is this wrong what you're doing? Fuck you.
at Super 87 send feet pics.
According to Kittystyle, his issues with the audience started when the newly arrived Killstream fans began messing with resident trans speedrunner Narcissa Wright. And like the hero he always is in his own stories, he selflessly chose to intervene.
What I remember was that I used to care about people and how they were doing, and so that went for pretty much everybody on the platform, right? And so since I was bullied in school, I you know, after I grew up and got older, I didn't like to see other people in the same situation. So it made me kind of want to defend people when I see them being hurt like that. And so I remember one day when all of this, you know, this chaos arrived, that they were chasing after Narcissa, and she was already on the kiwi farms, and I didn't really understand it back then. But so I see, like, I think I was going into her stream, and then I just hear that there's like a bunch of people attacking her and some other transgender. And so what was that, like when you just respond instantly, what's that called, like my instinct I mean, yeah, that, you know, that's not okay, that's not all right. And so I joined the Discord immediately, and then I put myself between them and her. And so I said, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, why are you sitting here and attacking this person? And they're like, mind your own business. And I said, no, I'm not gonna mind my own fucking business. Why are you sitting here and fucking attacking people? I'm not gonna put up with that. That's bullshit. You know, that's shitty of you. And then I got my own Kiwi Farms thread.
And now, with Kiwi Farms involved, as well as a loose-knit collection of Killstream fans who had become focused on messing with Kitty, calling themselves Danish police, Kitty found his activities increasingly scrutinized over. His behavior had become bizarre and angry as more information about him had come to light, including the aforementioned arrest, abuse of his sister, as well as information on his living situation and finances. This would lead to quite possibly his most famous meltdown, in which he spent an inordinate amount of time saying nothing but, "Stop stalking Kitty, take the information away."
Stop stalking Kitty! Take the information away! 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 Stop stalking Kitty! Take the information away!
As Kitty began to lose his grip on reality, he began regarding viewers as stalkers, believing himself to be a victim of gang stalking, when the reality was he merely had a fairly small and not particularly popular Kiwi Farms thread and a Discord server dedicated to him. At this point, a reasonable human being would take a step back, weigh out the pros and cons of staying on the website like StreamMe, which had changed so radically so quickly, and not in their favor, to say the least. But Kitty instead decided to double down, issuing death threats, which would eventually lead to his one and only warning from Stream.me. Furthermore, when the abuse of his sister came to light, the moderators of the website used it as an opportunity to get rid of what they likely perceived to be a dangerous and unstable member of their website. Kittystyle was suspended. But this would not matter in the long run, as thanks to 8chan, Ralph's Giant Disgusting Gunt, and something called a Plate Gang, and really, I don't fucking know. This was entirely too autistic even for me to follow. Stream.me would close its doors permanently, leaving thousands of users without a home. While we can't know for certain what Thomas did in his off time from streaming, my best guess would be that this was a pretty grim time for him. Kittystyle social interactions in the real world are plagued with general awkwardness, anger, and violence. Take, for example, a simple trip to the pub. If you want to meet some girls and have a good time, what do? You'd go to the bar, talk loudly to yourself, and then punch an old man in the head, right? Well, that's what Kitty would do.
It's Monday, let's go to a club. Let's go to a fucking bar and get some pussy, and let's get fucking laid, yeah? Let's get fucking laid and get some pussy, because the pussy's gonna looking out for me. You know, the pussy's gonna be like, hey, I want some dick.
Filmer dig. Skal jeg være med at tale til dig? Det kan du så ikke bede om mig. Er du er træt af mig, fordi jeg taler til dig?
Nej, fordi du filmer overhovedet, og du ikke...
Jeg filmer hende heller ikke. Du siger, at jeg ikke skal tale til dig. Jeg må da tale til dig, ligesom jeg har lyst til dig. Du kan så lade være med at svare til mig, men du kan jo ikke sige til mig, at jeg ikke må tale til dig. Hvad? Undskyld, hvad? Sig det igen. Hey, dig med det mørke hår. Sig det igen. Du sagde det ikke højt nok. Hvad sagde du? Vil du gerne sige noget på mit videokamera, eller hvad? Vil du gerne sige noget for mig? Det er da dem, der generer mig. Jeg sidder her og filmer mig selv. De sidder og snakker til mig. Jeg passer mig selv. Jeg har ikke filmet dem, jeg har gjort noget som helst. Jeg passer mig selv. Jeg har betalt for min cigaret, jeg har betalt for min øl, jeg har betalt for alting. Jeg passer mig selv. What the fuck? Jeg spurgte dem, om jeg ikke kunne være sammen med dem. De siger, nej, okay, fint nok. Så har jeg gjort noget. Jeg har ikke gjort noget som helst. Nej, fint nok. Lige præcis. Det er nemlig lige præcis. Den er ikke længere. Jeg har gjort en skid over for jer, mand. Jeg har gjort en skid over for jer. Hallo, Brunette.
Du skal stoppe med at snakke til dem. Hvad er det, du ikke forstår?
Jeg siger, jeg har ikke gjort en skid.
Du bliver da ved. Stop nu.
Giv mig mine penge tilbage. Jeg vil have mine penge tilbage.
Du får ingen penge tilbage her.
Nå, men så fint nok. Så sitting here, man. Prøv at jeg sidder bare her og drikker en øl. Hvad fanden er jeres problem, mand? Undskyld mig. Hvad fanden er jeres problem? Nej, jeg sidder bare her og drikker en øl. Hvad fanden er jeres problem? Mand?
Stop.
Hvis jeg har noget problem, så siger jeg ikke noget. Hvad gør jeg?
Lad være med at råbe af mig. Virkelig.
Du råber også af mig. Så lad være med at råbe af mig! Hvad har jeg gjort jer? Hvad har jeg gjort jer? Og jeg spurgte jer. Nixon, giv mig mine penge tilbage. Jeg har ikke tusind for nu. Jeg har betalt for det. Jeg har betalt penge for det her. Jeg har betalt penge for den her. Nix, giv mig mine penge tilbage. Det skal du ikke det der. Jeg har betalt penge for det her. Nej, jeg har betalt penge for det her. Nu stopper du. What the fuck? Nu stopper du. Jeg har betalt penge for det her.
Ja, og det er derfor, så er det det her. Kom med nu.
Tine sagde, du skal gå, og så går du fandme for mig nu.
Hvorfor?
Er du klar over det? Du går nu.
Hvorfor?
Du går.
Hvorfor?
Fordi jeg siger det.
Giv mig mine penge tilbage.
Du får det 0 med her. Så er det ud.
Fuck yeah. Knock him the fuck out, man. Fuck these bitches, man. Give me my fucking beer, man. I want my fucking beer. I'll pay for that. Give me min fucking øl. Giv mig min fucking øl.
Jeg ringer til politiet.
Giv mig min fucking...
Væk med dig! Væk!
You saw that this would happen. That's fucking ridiculous, right? I just sat and enjoyed my own beer. I sat and fucking played the fucking guitar. I didn't do anything with these people. I asked them one time, can I be part of your group? That's what I asked, can I be part of your group? They said, no, you cannot be part of our group. And I was like, okay. Because they said, no, we had a fucking retard be part of our group earlier, and we don't want another retard in our group, so fuck off. I was like, okay. And my response was, okay. And so I filmed myself, and then suddenly it was a problem that I was filming them. And they started attacking me. They're like, oh, you can't film this. You can't film it. I wasn't even doing that. So they start making false claims about me. Fucking bullshit, man. Bullshit. Police start making bullshit. I'll be happy to take them all to court. No problem. Take me fucking to court. Take me to court about all these things. Claim all of these things that you say about me. And then claim them in court. And then we'll see. Because I have video evidence. I have video evidence showing something else. Fucking bullshit. Now the police is here again, man.
In the meantime, however, a Danish police member and major contributor to Kittystyle's Kiwi Farms thread, Dispatch, began building his own streaming platform, partly out of boredom, partly out of spite for Ethan Ralph. Surprisingly, he was able to put it together while live streaming on YouTube and having special bath time with Andy Worski. The man can multitask. While the end of Stream.me gave Kittystyle a perfect opportunity to get away from the Danish police and maybe start all over in a different corner of the internet, he instead chose to go directly to the Danish police and stream on Dispatch's platform, Bitwave. And here, he would once again begin to lose his mind.
I think I want to go back to saying that I'm serious about if you keep calling me a pedo, because I know some people are going to do it. I will think about fucking a minor. I'll think about fucking a little kid. Exploiting and abusing a little kid. If you keep calling me a pedophile, I'll become one for you. Just for you. Just for you. Just for you. It'll be your fault. I'll blame everything on you. I'll say, he radicalized me. He did this. James did this. James radicalized me to become a pedophile. I wasn't a pedophile before. He radicalized me. I have proof because I wasn't a pedophile before. It only happened after, say, a year of stalking. I asked them to stop. They didn't do it. I became a pedophile.
Sammy Banks liquidated while he was underage. Oh yeah, but is that... I mean... Do you think that consists of pedophilia? I mean, if you really think about it and discern it. Nah, come on. Like... It's not like he didn't want it, you know what I mean? He wanted to be with her. It was mutual. It can't be. No. That's not really what pedophilia is. I'll tell you what. Today I'm gonna go find a minor that I can fuck with. I'm gonna fuck a minor today. Today I'm gonna find an underage girl that I can fuck. And then we're gonna put it on stream, we're gonna put it on Plexstomp so y'all can see an older man being with a younger one, because it's what you fucking like. It's what you want, you faggots, right? Get a horse dildo!
Kitty began to attract so much negative attention that for the first time in the site's history, Bitwave had essentially suspended a user. Discord leaks from this era reveal just how far into the depth of depravity Kittystyle had sunk at this time. Potentially wanting a threesome with his e-girlfriend and play gang troll Sammy and her niece, and trying to find Dispatch's home so he could murder him, and wanting to murder his own supposed family. While he would defend the things he said on his stream and in the Discord as sarcasm, there is another word for what these things were. They were specific plans, and while the legality of Kittystyle's brand of sarcasm is up in the air, the psychiatric implications of it are not. Any person with a specific plan to harm themselves or others is liable to be held under psychiatric supervision. But then again, I'm not an expert on Danish sectioning. Soon after, Kittystyle decided to open his own free speech streaming platform called Kittystyle.tv, but he wanted to distance himself from the name, so it became Ugle.tv. And that is where I was able to catch up with him. Unfortunately, the site is so poorly attended that my request to interview him at the beginning of November still remains as one of the most recent chats to date. When the site was active, the stream consisted almost entirely of a disheveled, windswept-looking Kittystyle singing over copyrighted music and vacantly staring at a screen. A husk of his former self, not that his former self was much to brag about. All this suffering is self-inflicted. It's all a consequence of not knowing when to call it quits. It's doubling down when the right decision is to leave the table. Thomas Dahl wanted to be a community-oriented channel that gets a little Stream Me money. God said no and sent him Ralph. Kitty wanted to be a hero defending the weak from bullies. God said no and sent him Danish police. Kitty wanted to be redeemed in the eyes of his former enemies and went into their den. God said no and sent them common sense. He wanted to be a hero. No. He wanted to be a victim. No. So finally, I asked Kittystyle straight up, why doesn't he just quit?
Well, I've been on the internet for a long time, and for 29 years, or whatever, for 25 years, it's been not a problem to me. For 1 year, it's been a problem to me.
Kitty.
And so, no, wait, let me answer. So instead of me removing myself from the internet, I could remove the cancer. That'd be like if you go to a doctor and he says, yeah, we found the cancer. Unfortunately, we have to remove you and keep the cancer. That doesn't make any sense, right? So to answer your question is why should I remove myself from the internet? I'm not the cancer.
So that's that. Kittystyle sees the trolls as a cancer that he needs to cut out. Ironically, not seeing the giant and growing list of websites and communities that have decided that he was the cancer and cut him out. And with that, our story comes to a close. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, Happy Holidays. Nothing gets me in the holiday spirit like talking about cutting out cancer. One last thing. As a condition of the interview, I offered Kitty a chance to say whatever he wanted at the end of the video. I gave him exactly 2 minutes to express himself. I didn't spring this on him. I gave him 40 minutes to think it through, to come up with a message to defend himself and explain his position. He chose to sing a song.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out faces, bright and early for the daily races, going nowhere, going nowhere. The tears are filling up their glasses, no expression, no expression. Hide my head, I wanna drown my sorrow. No tomorrow, no tomorrow. And I find it kinda funny, I find it kinda sad. In dreams and myths I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to tell. When people run in circles, it's a very, very mad world. Mad world. Children waiting for the day they feel good. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Made to feel the way that every child should. Sit and listen, sit and listen. Went to school and I was very nervous. No one knew me, no one knew What's my